Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video it is the 30th of October, but when you see this it'll be the 1st. It is monthly check-in day, so if you're not familiar with the style of video on my channel, I am on a weight loss journey, so I do check-ins every month. I do weigh in weekly, but I only update on my channel every month. So in this video I'm going to be doing a series of sort of check-ins that I do every month to measure my progress, my weight loss progress. So in this video we're going to have a weigh-in right at the start, then I'm going to go to progress shots, do measurements, and then I've got a go try on clothing section at the end where I try on pieces of clothing that don't fit to see what the progress is for the month. So that is the plan. As always with these videos, I like to sort of recap how the month has gone. So I'm going to do that now, and then at the end of the video I'll sort of recap or set some intentions for the month ahead. So this month has, as all of my months, been pretty hit and miss. Sleep has not really sorted itself out. I've tried to get to bed earlier in the night so that I can sort of mitigate the lack of sleep that I've been having. For the most part I have been tracking and I've been trying my best to be under my calories, but I have been really struggling with the sort of weigh-in side of things, especially with the sort of fluctuation with my weight and the amount of weight that I'm losing for the month. And I don't want to go into this whole sort of rant, but I feel like I sort of need to explain where I'm coming from with this. So I guess I'll talk about weigh-in at the same time, so this can sort of like correlate with each other. But I have lost, I think I'll leave the exact thing here, but I've lost like 2 pounds for the whole of the month, which isn't great, especially at the weight that I'm at. And it's been very frustrating. I've had many a rant with Maria, who's also on a weight loss journey. I'll leave her channel somewhere up here. I've had many a rant with her over how much I've not been losing, basically, and my lack of progress. And whilst I admit that my food hasn't been completely stellar and I haven't been on track every single day, I don't think the amount of calories that I'm eating, even when I have days where I'm over my calories slightly, it should still be enough to put me in a deficit or at least maintenance. And some weeks I've weighed in and I have gained weight, sometimes I've not lost weight, and it just doesn't seem to make sense, especially considering I'm doing 10k steps, considering I'm 250 pounds, so the weight should really, in theory, drop off quite fast right at the beginning. I know it did last time I lost weight. And I'm also doing my bike commutes. I did one run last week, which obviously isn't great, but it's still exercise nonetheless. So I am doing exercise and eating roughly around my sort of weight loss calories, and I'm not losing the weight like I should be. And I don't really know why that is. And it's really frustrating at this point, because when you put in the effort, when I say effort, I'm not necessarily meaning food, because I know I haven't been completely on point all the time with that, but when you put in the effort with doing 10k steps, which isn't any sort of like ordinary feat, it's not something that all people do, it is quite an effort for me to get in those 10k steps every day, so I am putting in the effort there. And I've done a lot of calorie calculators online. I'm going to leave screenshots here of multiple calorie calculators that I've done are saying that I should be able to lose weight on around 1900 calories. My calories that I've got set on NutriCheck at the moment is, I think, 1650. Sometimes I'm over on that by maybe 200 calories. So I'm eating around 1800 calories, which in theory should still be a weight loss sort of deficit range. The calculators that I've been on say that I should be able to maintain my weight on 2200 calories. There's no way that I'm eating near that. Like I said, if I go over on calories, it's maybe 200 calories. So yeah, I just don't understand what's going on. I don't know whether it could potentially be a thyroid issue, or yeah, maybe my body just doesn't like the calories it's on and all the calculators are wrong. So I will talk about my sort of plan of action for next month, but yeah, that is just where I'm at the moment, and it's really frustrating not to see any progress at all. Haven't really seen much progress at all over the last couple of months. I feel like I've stalled since that first really good month that I had. I've mentioned this before. So yeah, it's just really hard this time around, and it's really taking a toll on my mental health as well. And I mentioned to Maria only just yesterday that I just felt like giving up, because the effort that I do put in with my 10k steps and everything else feels like it's not really making much difference. So yeah, I am going to hang in there, because obviously it is something that I want and I'm not going to give up easily, but yeah, it is really taking its toll on me. So yeah, I guess I've covered weigh-in, so I'll leave a screenshot here so you can see what my weigh-ins looked throughout the month. I have changed my weigh-in day to a Saturday, as I mentioned I think in my last video, that I was going to be changing my weigh-in day because I usually tend to overeat a bit more on a Saturday, so it affects my weigh-in result on the Sunday, so I've changed that day. But as you can see, it's sort of up and down all the time. Which is really frustrating. I really just hoped for like a downward trend. I know that that isn't the case for all weight loss journeys, and you don't always have this sort of like linear journey and this journey that just goes down and down and down. Some people do, and that's great, good for you, but it's definitely not for me. So yeah, it's just really frustrating. So yeah, overall for the month I think I've lost 2 point something pounds. I'll put exactly the number here so you can see it. Not great really for the whole month. At the weight that I'm at, I sort of expecting to be losing at least like a pound a week, and I'm not even managing that at the moment. So yeah, there's not much else I can really say about it. We're going to do our other measures of progress anyway, just in case for whatever reason things might have changed and the sort of number on the scales isn't reflecting to other parts. That's the whole point of me doing the extra sort of check-ins with my progress shots measurements and my goal triangle clothing section, just in case the scale doesn't change. I have those other measures of progress there to sort of see whether things are changing that don't reflect on the scales. So we're going to move on to my progress shots next, so we're going to do those, so I'll get straight to it. Okay, we've got measurements next. As always, I'm going to speed through this part and fast forward it while I take the measurements, and then I'll come back at the end to tell you whether anything has changed. Okay, so the only two measurements that changed this month were under my bust, which is here, and my hips, so just below my stomach. So I lost an inch on both of those, so 2 inches in total for this month. I'll leave a chart here so you can see comparisons between last month and this month. Yeah, not too bad overall, so happy with that. Yeah, let's move on to the next section, which is goal triangle clothing section. Okay, we've got goal triangle clothing section next. So as always, I have 3 items of clothing to try on. I have the jeans from Tesco, these are in a size 18. I have the New Look dress, which is in a size 16. And then I birdhouse jacket, which used to fit, which doesn't anymore, and that's in a size 14. So I'm going to try all those on and we'll compare those. Oh, managed to fasten them. But there's no way I'm getting a zip up, but I have fastened them. So I guess that's progress. Stickler is always the hips, which is still the case here. I feel like it's still very tight around the hip area. And then the side for reference compared to last time, I tried to keep my arm in the same place so the gap's the same. As always, you're supposed to put your jacket at your hips. I mean, I am fairly close to being able to do it. That is how it's fitting at the moment. Still very tight around the boob area. You can see I've got this like mono boob effect where they just get squished in. Okay, so that is all measures of progress done. So I've done my weigh-in, which I lost 2-point-something pounds. I still don't know because I'm filming on my phone, so I can't see. So I've lost 2-point-something. I'll leave that here. I have done my progress shots, which I think in my videos I only compare this month to my starting comparison, which is fine, but I think that I might start to also include the sort of month by month comparison, just so that I can see if there's any small changes between month to month. Obviously I am going to notice changes between the start and now, but yeah, I won't be able to see the changes between month to month, so I think I'm going to add that in. And that goes for my gold triangle clothing section as well. So I haven't looked at how things have changed between last month and this month, just because I look at that when I edit, so I won't be able to see until then. So maybe you will see the changes and you can leave a comment letting me know. There have been some small changes this month, so obviously my measurements, I had 2 change in measurements which were 1 inch each, which obviously I'm happy with. It would be nice if sort of like all measurements would come down, but obviously that's not reflecting in the amount of weight that I've lost either. The fact that I've lost £2 won't sort of result in all over body measurements. If I was to lose a lot more than that in a month, I would expect more measurements to change. But yeah, I'm happy with the 2 that have changed. They are 2 sort of areas that I do want changing. Obviously my legs are still stalled. They just don't seem to be moving at all. And it would be ideal for my legs to start to sort of reduce, but yeah, I'll take any sort of drop in measurements, and at least it's not a gain in any sort of area. The most amount of progress that I saw was the fact that I could do up the jeans, and the fact that I could at least clasp the jacket at my hips. That the jacket I sort of expect, because I did lose 1 inch in that area, so that would be a good explanation for why I could at least do up the bottom of the jacket. However, the jeans baffles me slightly because I only lost weight in the sort of lower area of my hip, not the sort of bigger part of my stomach where the jeans actually do up. So I'm not really sure how between last month and this month the jeans do up when there's no change in measurements in the sort of area where I do them up. But I'm going to take it nonetheless. They do up, that's a win, so I'm happy with that. And we'll see how that compares with next month. Hopefully I can make some good progress this month, and we'll see how they fit. But yeah, that's sort of overall covered all bases for things that have changed. So I like to finish up the video with setting some intentions for the month. So I am away for the first part of October, so the first couple of days of October. So I don't know what my eating is going to look like during that point. We are visiting Philip's nan. She usually has someone cook for her, but they're away, so the intention is that we cook for her while we're away, so we won't be having too many sort of takeaways in the evening. So that should sort of mitigate the amount that I'm over by, but obviously there's sort of still free reign during the day. So I am going to have to be a lot more conscious of that, and to make sure that I am not overeating or overindulging too much. So yeah, a lot more of a conscious effort during that time. We do plan to run whilst we are there, so yeah, I will be getting the exercise in for that. I haven't run so much last month, so hopefully I'll run a couple of days while we're away, and then continue that sort of trend for the rest of the month. In terms of calories, I did have something that I was going to try this month just to see how things go. Obviously, I mentioned in my rant that I'd done lots of calorie calculators, and they all say that I should be able to lose weight at around 1800, 1900 calories. Stop it! Cats are fighting to get out of the cat flap. Yeah, so I should be able to lose weight on 1800 to 1900 calories, and I don't seem to be losing much weight on 1600. Granted, I am not always at 600 calories. I sometimes go over that, but still I should be losing weight on the calories that I'm eating. So I'm going to try and drop my calories again. At least that will sort of mitigate the days that I have been over by 100, 200 calories, because it should at least bring me up to those 1600. But I'm going to try my best to stick to 1500. Maybe not in the days that I'm away, because when you are away you do tend to have a bit more disordered eating. But from when I get back, I'm going to try my absolute best to stick to 1500 calories and see how that goes. If I notice a massive improvement, then obviously I will stick to that. If I don't notice any improvement at all in the sort of month eating 1500 calories, then it's sort of back to the drawing board, and I've absolutely no idea what's going on. You heard me rant at the beginning of the video. I do not have any idea what's going on anyway. And it was much easier the last time that I lost weight, and it seems to be much harder this time. So maybe there is something else going on. Maybe it's my thyroid, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's all just incredibly frustrating. So I am going to try and eat a bit lower calories this month and increase my exercise. Again, do some more running. It's not like I haven't been exercising anyway. I'm still going to be doing my 10k steps and my bike commutes when I'm going to work. But yeah, just try and increase the running a bit more to put me in a bit more of a deficit on some of the days. So not much change from last month in terms of intentions, just to sort of eat a little bit less on my tracked calories. So we will see how that goes. And yeah, that's about it. I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm going to end the video here. If you're on your own sort of weight loss journey, leave me a comment down below, let me know how you are getting on. But otherwise, I'm gonna, like I said, end the video here. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You can always click the notification bell down below and be notified of when my videos go live. Other than that, hope you're all staying safe and well. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend, whenever it is you're watching this, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.